Marine biology fact of the day. Today we're going to be learning about the mating habits of one of the weirdest and most endangered whales on the planet, the North Atlantic right whale. There are only 400 of them left in the entire world, so they are critically endangered. Now today I really want to talk about how they fuck, because it is hilarious. So basically there's usually one female and then a group of males, sometimes up to 20 different males, and they'll all try to reproduce with her, and if she doesn't want it, what she does is she swims to the surface and then rolls onto her back so none of them can find their way to her, if you know what I mean. And these guys have over 12-foot long penises, and their testicles can weigh over 1 ton, so 2,000 pounds for their testicles, and they can produce over a gallon of sperm. That is crazy. Now, another interesting thing about them is the fact that they are so blubber rich that they even float when they die. They're also the slowest whale on the planet, swimming at less than 3 miles per hour. So yes, the North Atlantic right whales, they are hilarious.
Tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
At the end of this, I'm going to show you guys a video of someone getting stung by the worst insect of all. Here are the top 3 most painful insect stings. And I'm doing this all in one part, so keep up. At number 3, we have the warrior wasp. Apparently the sting hurts so much, it feels like you're chained to an active volcano. Just look at that. At number 2, we have the tarantula hawk. What the Apparently getting stung by one of these feels like the worst electric shock ever. And these do live in the USA. And at number 1, we have the bullet ant. And ladies and gentlemen, Coyote Peterson.
Oh my gosh, this is it. 3.
This is called a preauricular sinus. It's only present in 1 in 1,000 births. It's usually harmless and is a congenital malformation, basically a birth defect. This is thought to be something left over from our evolutionary ancestors. When I say ancestors, I mean the ancestors that used to live in the water, the amphibians. They used to use these as gills to breathe underwater. If you have them, they're totally useless and can get infected. Did you know that this hedge can fight cancer? This hedge is a yew tree. The leaves and seeds of this tree are lethal if consumed, but the poisonous alkaloids found in the yew tree contain some useful chemicals. These chemicals, known as taxanes, stop new cancer cells forming. They disrupt the function of microtubules, which is important in cell division. This is useful in treating cancer because cancer causes uncontrolled cell growth. The chemicals in this plant are made into chemotherapy drugs.
Can you open your pores? You can't, and here's the science behind it from a bio major. I may not be an esthetician or a dermatologist, but let's get into the science, everybody. So basically, this is your pore. They're actually really gross if you Google a real image of one, so we're gonna use this pretty little infographic. So it has a hair follicle, it has oil-producing glands, and even can release sweat, which is a really important part of maintaining homeostasis, so that's why our integumentary system is awesome. However, there is this myth that you can use steam and warm water to open up your pores, which is not true. I understand where the myth comes from, because warm temperatures can relax your muscles. But the thing about pores is there are no muscles there. There just aren't. And so basically, you cannot open and close your pores because of the lack of muscles. However, what you can do is when warm water and steam kind of gets into your face, it does kind of help that gross particles, the sebum, the dead skin, all that stuff. It helps it get loosened and come out. But you cannot open your pores, but you can use steam to loosen up those particles stuck in them.
Okay, so here's the evolutionary psychology of female attractiveness. Fertility and perceived health are the 2 key aspects. Low hip to waist ratio is sexually attractive because it indicates high estrogen levels. Waist to hip ratio is also at its lowest when females reach peak nubility and when skeletal growth has completed. Women also compete for high quality husbands by advertising reproductive value in terms of fat reserves. These are often those in the posterior or in the breasts, which is why breasts are sexualized. Bigger breasts are indicative of higher concentrations of omega-3, which is a vital nutrient to infants in pregnancy. They will also also tend to exaggerate morphological indicators of youthfulness, such as a small nose, big eyes, and fuller lips. This is to elicit positive caretaking responses from male counterparts. Follow me for more content like this.
Desperado, sitting in a old Monte Carlo. A man whose heart is hollow. Take it easy. I'm not trying.
Alright, as a science teacher, I am going to tell you a huge secret. You probably didn't get taught evolution very well. Teaching evolution in America is extremely tough. 60% of teachers reported downplaying the unit or ignoring it entirely. And over 20% of high school biology teachers reported being pressured to downplay it as well. And then when you throw in human evolution, that's pretty much a no zone. Because I'm from small town Kansas, when I started teaching, I didn't know much about evolution. I was told just kind of to just move along. We have a group here where I teach in Topeka that's very hateful and very litigious, and I'm not going to say names or anything, but you can try to look into that. But yeah, the truth is human evolution is fascinating and we do know a lot about it. As Richard Dawkins said, evolution is the greatest show on earth. So if you want to learn more about it, follow my page, because honestly, it's hard to teach it in school.
Here's the female, and she doesn't look very amorous. In fact, she kills every male who doesn't match up to her expectations. What can he do to win her over? Dance. Dance for his life. He will need a show-stopping trick to avoid becoming lunch. At last, she succumbs to his advances and allows him to mate with her. He matched her expectations. But she kills him anyway.